Identity has a lot to do with history and culture, how you're brought up, the symbols that are around you, and what you think about them, what your parents have been telling you, the stories you hear from your grandparents. It's a very, very complex mixture of all these factors.
When you read about your past in history textbooks, that actually plays a major role in defining who you are and what you believe in and how you're going to behave to certain stimuli over time.
और हिंदूस को कहते थे कि मुसलमानों के खिलाफ था, यानी वो न्यूट्रल किरदार अदा करे थे। वो चाहते थे कि मुसलमान और हिंदू दोनों एक साथ ग्रेटर इंडिया में मौजूद रखें अपना। वो नहीं चाहते थे कि मुसलमान और हिंदू डिवाइड हो जाए।
The problem was that the way history was being taught, which I felt as a student, which my peers felt as well, it almost bred this intolerance and this lack of trust.
हिंदू और मुसलमान एक साथ नहीं रह सकते। दादी एंड पे कायदे धोखा दे देंगे।
हिंदू चाहते थे कि मुसलमान हमेशा उनकी गुलामी करते रहे।
So these history textbooks are sort of an amalgamation of multiple sources of information being used to teach children certain things. For example, there are opinions of these authors about, let's say, certain ethnicities, Hindus for example, or Sikhs. So these children are taught opinions as facts. There's also the fact that there's either misinformation, so some things are reported completely incorrectly, or information is completely omitted.
I'm impressed. Wow. I saw your voice there. The first time we met Indians about 10 years ago, that's when we sat down and we started discussing history. We actually stumbled upon this fact that both sides have a very different narrative being taught to them, and they're both backed by sources which can arguably be equally reliable. So we came up with the book that doesn't give you a reconciled version of history. What we did was we put the Pakistani version into it, right next to the Indian version, and then we took them to kids on both sides of the border, to Indians and Pakistanis, so that the kids could see all sides and then form their own opinions.
Fundamentally, we're trying to do two things. Firstly, introduce the idea that there are multiple perspectives to every story. And the second idea is that it's extremely important to critically analyze your own opinions, where they're coming from and where they can lead you eventually.
They actually ruled for quite a long time. Uski baad, now we did have a chance to, have control. It was our time now.
Before the British allowed the civil service, they wanted a test from all of them, and the test was in English.
We want the book to be very approachable and very friendly for students. So using illustrations was the most sensible idea to us. To illustrate a bias in an unbiased fashion is difficult. So my job was to represent the stereotypes without using any of my own stereotypes that are part of me, because we grow up with stereotypes that forms the basis of any identity. During our workshops, we show them two sides of a chapter, show them both illustrations, the Indian illustration and the Pakistani illustration, and then we have the students guess what the stereotype is, what visual signals the image is showing, and have them try to understand the other side.
People simply don't realize how much this issue threatens the identity of our future generations. It's extremely important to empower them with the right tools to identify and question bias, and ultimately it's extremely important that we change the way history is taught to our future generations.
Help the History Project change the way our future generations learn about their past.